Hi, everyone. I hope you're all staying healthy and at home during this pandemic. This pin, ornament, pendant, whatever you want to make it, you can make it all three, is it's a little more complicated. But I had this on before, but I'm doing a new voiceover, and I think you're going to enjoy this. And you can make this with as many children on it, or just do it with just the children, make it for grandma, for mom. And I think this will be a great little Easter project. And you can give it as a gift, sell it, hang it on your tree, your Easter tree. But I hope you enjoy it, and we're going to get started right now. And this is what we're going to make. And like I said, it's a little complicated. And I do use the egg-shaped cookie cutter, but you can cut it out in the shape of an egg if you don't have the cutter. And as you can see here, I made mine a little too thick. But hey, that happens. Don't make yours too thick, because this is just the base, and we're going to be adding on to the base. If I sound a little hoarse and I cough a little, it's because we are having terrible, terrible pollen here. We have many, many, many pine trees, and they are just dropping all this yellow stuff all over us. My car, which is actually gray, is now yellow. But we're going to start with our first little body, and that's going to be a little tapered log. I did this a few years ago, so I'm looking at this and I'm going, could have done a little better. And what I'm doing here is I'm just cutting out a little square, and you don't want the blue, of course you can make this any color, you don't want the blue to be too thick. And I am using an X-Acto knife. And this is going to be the dad's vest. And we're just going to cut out a little V. And then we're going to cut out a little V at the bottom. Just make a little line. Don't cut through with the needle tool. Just a tiny V at the bottom. And this is very small stuff we're doing here, but you can do it. Take your time. Don't rush it. You can do it. So now we have a little vest. And remember, everybody, we started a Facebook group. It's Simply Ornaments, Polymer Clay Video Tutorial. Can't talk. Tutorials. And it's a Facebook group where you can talk to other people, show us what you made. It's nice, it's fun, it's friendly. So come and visit us. Come join. Now we're going to do the mom's body. I'm looking at my hands on these, and I can see how much the arthritis has messed up my fingers on my left hand. Oh, they still look pretty straight in this video. Now we're going to make her little apron. It's a little too big. Always check it against the body. Don't put it on, don't press it on until you're ready to press it on and you know it's the size you want. And still a little bit too big. There we go. I hope you're all doing well wherever you are. In my area here, we only have 3 cases of the coronavirus, and they're all in the hospital. Of course, those are the known cases, so I don't know what else might be out there, but we are staying home. We're being very careful, and I hope you are wherever you live. My son is in Rhode Island, where it's Now, you know, in the Northeast, it's pretty bad. I have family and friends up there that I worry about, but so far they're all doing okay. Hopefully, they'll find something soon, but this is a good time for you to be playing with your clay, so let's make some clay stuff. I'm just putting a little square there for, what do they call that on an apron? The bib of the apron? I don't even know. I don't wear aprons. Can't remember last time I wore an apron. Maybe I should, because I really spill stuff on myself a lot. And I know this is very tiny, but believe me, you'll be happy you did it. This is really a very, very cute little pin. Now mine is so thick. I did the base so thick. Mine should probably be an ornament that hangs on the tree. Now we're adding the arms. Now the little heads. Now if you did the mouse video with the mouse family, this is the same way we did their heads. You kind of taper it at one end. Okay, if you see that there, I am doing the voiceover. I had a voice I had done a voiceover for this when I did the original video, and I kept calling them mice instead of rabbits. But I this is a new voiceover, so just ignore what I wrote there. And now these are just little logs, papered logs, and we are making their bunny ears. Don't you just love those bunny ears? And trust me, it's not as hard as it looks. No, maybe it doesn't look hard, but it's just the little teeny bits. You got to put those little details in. I mean, you could probably do the rabbits without the clothes, but I think it's just cuter with them wearing clothes. And I've told everyone that I'm doing a voiceover not to bother me unless it's an absolute emergency. I don't know what I wrote there. It went by so quickly, but just ignore it. And now instead of putting the blush in those tiny little ears, which would be difficult, I'm just putting in some little pink clay. Because if you try to do the blush on that tiny little space, you probably get it all over the white. I took my brother's granddaughter to Walmart the other day. I stayed in the car. I just dropped her off and then I stayed in the car because, you know, I'm old. I don't need to get all those germs. Well, neither does she. But I have a bottle of sanitizer in my car. So everybody who goes in and out has to sanitize. But I've got to tell you, I saw families going in there, couples with their little children. What are they thinking? I mean, I can see if a single parent doesn't have anyone to take care of their kids, but couples, and that's just putting your family at unnecessary risk. I would not be taking them into Walmart. With everything that's happening, I think everyone should just take this very seriously. Now this is going to be the grass that they're standing on, but you can also do this with the garlic press if you want to. This is just very much quicker, and you don't have to mess up one of your garlic presses for this color because you might not use this color too often. And we are going to have a record high temperature here today. It's going to be in the 90s. But I do have the air on. And I have to work on my camera. I have to figure out my camera is giving me trouble. It is making everything fuzzy, and it's not just when the cars go by. So I'm going to check the manual and see what the problem might be. I made this really fantastic unicorn head video, and well, it was all fuzzy. All right, now we're just going to roll out some eggs, and the eggs are shaped exactly like the heads were because the heads really are kind of egg-shaped. So we're going to add a few eggs. Now, if you just want to do a couple, you can leave it like this. Add a few eggs, though, after you add the eggs. And I think I'm doing 3 children on this, but if you want to do more than 3 children, instead of like putting eggs under their arms, you could put like the little children's heads. There you go. You don't have to watch me put all the eggs on. And I'm adding another strip because I covered it all up. So I hope you're all home watching your favorite Netflix or whatever shows you watch. When I went to visit my cousin and my aunt in New Hampshire, my cousin has Acorn, and if you like Australian and British shows, and I think it's only $5.99 a month, but they've got some really good shows on there. And I am going to be getting that for myself. I have Netflix and CBS All Access. If you love Star Trek, CBS All Access is the way to go. They have every single Star Trek show and movie. And I think it's $6.99 a month. Now I'm making his bow tie. You know, make the little teardrop shapes, and they're very tiny. But you can do it. I know it. Looks like I can't do it, but I did. So one of my friends asked for suggestions on her Facebook page on what to watch, and she got many, many, many responses. And she wanted a movie. Yeah, look, I wrote, sorry, I don't have music for this. Oh, I'm sure you're all very happy about that. So that's what I wrote, 2 or 3 years ago. So the movie I suggested to her, and I really like this movie. It has its fun spots, its sad spots, its uplifting spots, but it's Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman in Far and Away, and I liked it. I don't know if it's something you would like, but I enjoy that movie. He's got his little bow tie on, and of course, like I said, you can make this in any colors you want. And now she's going to get her bow in the hair, which is done exactly the same way as the bow tie. So we had a little bit of a flea problem in the house with the 3 dogs, with the weather change and everything. And I took him to the little guy to the vet, and they got there. I had to wait outside in the car, and I think I told you this already. I had to wait outside in the car, and they came and got him and took him in and then brought him back out. But they had to take these tablets, and they're good for 3 months. And this little dog is my brother's dog, and he sleeps in the bed with my brother. And my brother told me this morning that he found a bunch of dead fleas. So the medicine is working. Now here I'm just making their little. I can't really see, but it's the mouth. Just making a little mouth. And of course, you can paint the mouth on afterwards if you prefer. So my brother said he found a bunch of dead fleas in his bed. And to that I say, better dead fleas than live fleas. But the medicine is working. The dogs aren't scratching themselves anymore. We are going to spray a little more. We got flea spray. We're going to vacuum. We're going to get those things out of here. I hate fleas. I don't let a dog in my bed. I know when I had my cats did, but that's different. No fleas. All right, so if now here we are. We gave them the little. I can't even see. Can you see? I gave them the little pink noses. And if you want it as a couple, there you go. You can stop here. But we're going to, now for the kids, you just have to add the heads because they're kind of standing behind mom and dad. So you don't have to do the whole body. And we're going to do the heads the same way. Oh, look, I put 3 heads on that one quick. And then we're just going to add the ears, just like we did with the mom and dad, but they're going to be a little bit smaller. And now if you have a big family, see all those eggs at the bottom? Those are all potential children heads. But I'm sure most of you don't have 8 or 9 kids. Now, my brother-in-law was one of 8. My grandfather was actually, I think he was one of 11. My mother was one of 6. My father, he only had a brother and a sister, and the brother was lost during World War II. They never knew what happened to him, which is sad because he was only in his early 20s. Now we're putting on more ears. And some of you may know this, but I've been talking about the fish tanks. We have not cleaned the fish tank yet. We had, in the 55-gallon tank, we had 8 goldfish, little 20-cent goldfish. Well, we're down to 2. So we moved the goldfish into the big tank because something was not right with the water or something in the other tank. But I think this week will be the week we clean that tank. And we're doing little tiny, tiny things here for strips of pink for the ears. And it makes a big difference. Make sure you do your pink strips. And you notice the little bunny on the end, kind of did a floppy ear on him, just to add a little bit of interest. I also have an Easter pin I do, and I don't think I have a video for it, but it's just the bunny heads. I sold a lot of pins that were like family oriented like this. Oh, always add your blush. Almost forgot to say it. there we are. There's the back. And of course, bake it according to the directions on your clay package. And I painted the eggs afterwards. And you can paint them any way you want. And wow, that went quick. That's it. See you next time. Bye.